Good morning. I have decided to cover another story that kind of hits close to home because it reminds me of my childhood. Um, it's what is her name? Let me look it up. Let me double check. Ruby Frank, this evil, wicked person who's been arrested recently for abusing her children, and she's apparently a content creator. I don't know exactly what she's on as a YouTuber, TikTok. I'm not sure, but I know one of her children escaped, and essentially they ran to a neighbor's. They had duct tape on them. They were living in horrible conditions. They were being withheld food. And as someone who went through things like this growing up, it does hurt to see kids are still going through this, but at least she's locked up. Because these people tend to move their kids to states where the cops are terrible. That happened to me. I went from a state where the cops are really good, South Carolina, or at least where I was from, the cops were really good, to a state where they were terrible and they didn't really do anything or help with anything in Baltimore City. And I'm not from Baltimore, so that was really shocking to me. I'm like, they're not doing anything, and kids are literally being abused. They'll interview you in front of the person who is being accused of abusing. That's what Baltimore City's like. From being on TikTok, I see a lot of people have had issues with CPS and their lack of doing anything. But then attacking or harassing parents who are perfectly fine. So that's weird. But I want to share this TikToker's video because she breaks down all the things she's been accused of this far, that we know she's done this far. As we hear, she took her kid's bedroom away and made him sleep on a beanbag, right? And that tends to happen a lot. A lot. I don't know, narcissists, whatever else she may be, tend to want control over everything. They don't see other kids, children, as people who need privacy or anything like that. They just want their needs met. In a beanbag, you couldn't even at least give him a mattress in another room. It's just disgusting. I was made to sleep on the floor, so I know exactly what that's like. Let me start at the beginning. Okay. So we got that one. That's just her introduction. Accusing her daughter of faking an eating disorder is so disgusting, especially when you look at other sides. You're gonna realize that she's the one who probably caused it by constantly commenting on her weight. It's okay to want your kids to be healthy, but just feed them healthier meals, take them out hiking or something. You don't have to bash them and be harsh to them. The denying the children food is insane to me. But I've had this done to me as a control thing, or she seems to be, at a reasonable weight. In my situation, people eating all the food and not caring if I ate, or making sure everyone else in the house ate but I didn't eat. That's what I went through, and it was horrible. It was really hard to deal with, and that can cause children to have binge eating disorders, or to in her these kids were being constantly picked on about their weight. They could just be bulimic and not want to eat at all. I don't know what to just skip to. Okay. I love Queen Charlotte, by the way. Okay, she sent her eldest son to a wilderness therapy camp. Girl, it is 2023. We all know how horrible and deplorable these places have been. The things that these kids have come out and say happened to them in these places, and y'all are still sending your children there. I mean, you're not a good person, clearly, because you're abusing them yourself. But what person in a reasonable mind would still send their children to these places, knowing that like kids that have reported SA or abuse, physical, mental torture? Like, come on now. I made a video about this on my other channel, on my like channel that's like more geared towards like mixed people or mulattoes, but like filming your kids' personal moments for your gain is like the most disgusting thing. Like, dude, they're not here for you to make money off of. They're not. They didn't ask to be here. You don't get to invade their privacy for your personal gain. It's just weird. Like, it's creepy. Like, you're living vicariously through them. Like, can you not get fame on your own? Why do you have to live through your kids? I cannot stand people like that. This is something that I've seen a lot of narcissists do, like triangulation, where they'll refer to hatred for like the two youngest children. That's just disgusting. I'm reading this, but like her refusing to take the child lunch, that's happened to me. And like the CPS was called, CPS did nothing, obviously, because I was in Baltimore City. Disgusting. But it's just such a common occurrence. It's like these people have patterns, like across the board. These narcissistic, evil people have patterns. You're not going to feed your child because she's 5 and forgot her lunch. Are you insane? And the teacher, like, did the teacher not call CPS? Like, what is going on? Why wasn't this like looked into further? Yeah, the public humiliation of like threatening to destroy their property on camera is just like, it's not right. Like, especially at such a young age, an adult can't handle most of these things, but a kid. And she filmed her when she wet herself on a plane and laughed about it when the girl was clearly distressed. Oh my god, I cannot stand parents like that. And you know what? She's probably jealous of you, because why are you so insistent on humiliating your daughter? I'm sorry if I sound a little bit weird. I'm a bit congested, but like, that is so disgusting. I cannot imagine having kids and treating them this way. Like, just don't have kids. Like, it's that simple. Yeah, this is the slide I was talking about. She criticized her weight on camera, like in public humiliation. She seems to have a pattern of that. And there's like, you're faking your eating disorder. Man, you're the reason why she has one. Like, you're the reason why she has one. And that's why you're in jail now. It's gross. This one really hit home for me. One, I love holidays and I love Christmas. And she literally sat there and didn't get these kids presents. That happened to me. Like, I was forced to like come downstairs and watch other kids open presents, and that person's partner open presents, and her buy ounces of drugs, and then but I wasn't allowed to get anything. And I feel like that's a form of trying to break a child down, because this is a kid, they don't understand like why, and then being called selfish because I'm like not in a good mood. And this happened on multiple occasions where she like did stuff like this to me. And I've noticed that people like this, like, they want to break the child so bad and just show like they want to break their spirit. I'm so glad these kids are getting on this early, because it's just too much. That's the end of this slide. So I'm gonna come back here. But it's just too much. It's just too much. Like, how can you treat a kid this way? Like, how can you? I don't understand. Like, I would never want to treat a child. I want to treat anyone this way. But why do you guys want? Why do you have kids or adopt kids, or just your niece and nephew? You want to break them down so much because you hate yourself, or you're insecure because you wish you were a kid. You're not feeding them. That's just disgusting. Like, they're a human. You need to eat. I see people do this to animals. People do this, like, people who are like this. Like, I've read so many psychology books and watched so many videos, and no matter how many times, my brain just cannot comprehend how you want to treat someone that's in there. Like, if you understand it, you'll become it or something like that. I heard that and I get it. But like I I just don't get how you could treat someone that way. It's just deplorable. Like no empathy whatsoever. All for personal gain. I want subscribers or followers, whatever. I don't know what platform she's on, but that's an innocent child that you're doing this to. And you have no shame. I hope she stays in jail, goes to prison, gets 100+ years for doing this to all these kids. I hope these kids get intensive therapy. Like, I know it's gonna like mess with them, but like you need therapy, journaling, write it down, write a book, write 100 books. Let us hear every ounce of emotion you have from this. Get it out there, because the more you keep it bottled inside, from personal experience, it's gonna eat at you. And like you're not the problem. Your mother was. Like, she's the one with the issue. You did nothing wrong. I just feel so bad for these kids because like not only knowing how that feels, it's just like they're human beings. Like how could you do that to someone? But that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.